Wait, we got a little bit of a blur here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday. Welcome to the Atrioc broadcast. February 24th, 2025. We are almost 2 complete full months into 2025. The year is zooming by, 1/6 of the way there. 1/6 of the year. How did that happen? Good to see you. How are you doing on this fine Monday? The 24th. How's it going? I have been extremely busy. Busier than usual. Had a lot to do and a lot of meetings that I cannot talk about yet, but we'll be talking about soon. It's all very exciting, very new, big news stuff, cool stuff. Some cool announcements, all happening, I'd say relatively soon. Soon enough. Anyway, I'm so happy Dan took away your ad so I don't have to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe anyway. But then you'll get the world famous fucking emotes. You know, whenever I lead the glorious revolution in Clancyville, having an Atrioc 7 will be your badge to get out of jail. And it's gonna be an Atrioc 7 check, and if you don't have that, you're fucking going to the gulag. So oh my god, is that a Clancyville emote? Wait, that's incredible. The Clancyville sign? Oh, that's fire. Bro, the word is spreading on Clancyville, okay? This might be our best new bit in 2 years. I've seen some Clancyville discussion in other chats. This is a winner. Let me tell you, I can pick winners, and this is a winner. This is a home run. Every time the city gets 10 square miles bigger, every time we mention it, it's 10 miles bigger. SBF is tweeting about Doge from fucking jail? Wait, this is an hour ago? Wait, we gotta see this. SBF just tweeted from jail. I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. Oh, wait, we gotta fix our fucking camera because we were playing TFT. How do I reach these kids? Okay, this boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom. Don't boomer me. Okay, I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I too have not checked my email for the past few hundred days. Jail joke. I can confirm that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. Firing people is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It sucks for everyone involved. My experience, it is usually not the employee's fault. Is he doing like a manager posting about the difficulties of firing? You're a criminal in jail. You committed widespread fraud. Why is he like giving us, this is, dude, if you had access to a phone once every 3 months and you're deciding to do a fucking LinkedIn post, a fucking viral LinkedIn thread on a proper management? What the fuck is this? You know, widespread fraud is a lot like managing B2B sales. That's what the fuck are you talking about? Fire post, though. I like it. More often, the problem is the company just doesn't have the right job for them. I tell this to everyone we let go, that it was much our fault for not having the right role for them, or the right person to manage them, or the right work environment for them. Maybe we just really didn't have anyone to manage them right then. Maybe they worked best remotely. But our company communicated in person. But this is so wild to me. This is crazy. This is like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a fucking famous. This is like Bernie Madoff tweeting about like how to motivate your team from fucking prison. What are you talking about? What, do you not read the room on the context of maybe the department they work for just had problems. This happens now and then. We saw it at competitors who hired 30,000 too many employees and had no idea what to do with them. So entire teams sat around doing nothing all day. This happened a lot at Twitch. I will say, SBF, you're spitting in my experience, especially during those hyper growth years. You just saw a ton of people hired that didn't know what they were doing, and they'd have managers who were now managing large teams who had never done that before and had no idea how to do it. And so it led to a lot of like, it was bloat, but it was more like talented people with nothing to work on. I'm an accountant. I wish we were. Yeah, the problem is there's like kind of the opposite problem now at a lot of places where a lot of companies are understaffed. They're cutting to the bone and they're putting extra responsibility on the remaining employees who are now getting fucking stressed out and overworked. It's, there's definitely a middle ground. We swung right past it. How is he tweeting? I guess you can get a phone in prison. This is so funny. There's no mention. This is just out of the blue, a LinkedIn thread on management. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I need to quote this. SBF using his 10 minutes of phone access in the last 6 months to tweet a LinkedIn thread about management. I think it is fucking hilarious. All right, maybe I'll just do a 3 fire. I need a 3 fire emojis. Need more glizzy. Yeah, I need 3 fire emojis. The most basic LinkedIn thread about management. That's pretty good. I fuck it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. Run it. It's a banger. It's a banger. 3 fire emojis and 1 hot dog, you think? Because I'm kind of like roasting those glizzies. Yeah, it's great. I'm leaning into it. You know what? I'm just going to keep saying glizzy until you guys get tired of it. Hey, having a glizz-tacular day. How about you guys? Who's up glizzing the coffee cow? Who's mooing their glizz? Me. Stop. I can't breathe. It's so funny. Really? Really? You're clutching your stomach right now, fucking losing your mind, gasping for breath because I finally dropped the funniest fucking 30 seconds of content you've ever seen. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe that's its own reward. Maybe I've been fighting against this glizzy stuff for too long. Maybe it is the funniest fucking thing humans have ever come up with. What are you munching on? Or maybe chicken soup for the soul. I need a MM timer. I do need one, and I appreciate your message. If you ask for it again, I'll fucking ban you for life. You're of kindness my ass, dude. I hate being rushed. Okay? But you were right on this case. Thanks for bringing it up. I didn't forget it. Dude, okay, wait, how do I say this? I can't reveal what my meetings were about. But I will say I had one today that I forgot about. I knew I had one on the weekend. I went to that one. But I had one today that I forgot about. And I was calling my dad today and telling him about the one on Saturday. I told him about the one on Saturday. And then he was like, oh, cool. So when are you meeting with them again? And I was like, oh, I guess Monday. And he's like, today's Monday. And I was like, wait, this meeting's in 15 minutes. I had to fucking get in my car and haul ass. I totally forgot. I was just reading about German election stuff all morning, and then that gives me so much anxiety. I'm just so glad I called my dad. Well, yeah, the meetings are about planning the Clancyville attack. Dude, this reminds me, sorry, just secret meetings. It reminds me of a time in my life. I was 21 years old, 22 years old, working at Twitch, you know, first real job, first big boy job. And the CEO comes up in front of the whole company and said, not Dan Clancy. This is pre-Dan Clancy. This is bow tie Emmett Shear. Little cute bow tie. Emmett Shear stands up in front of the company and goes, we have a mission. We are going to get Twitch big in China. We are going to get through the firewall. We are going to make Twitch a big platform in China. Okay? I'm 22. I don't know shit about shit. I'm like, that sounds great. Sounds awesome. There's so many Chinese internet users. This is huge for the company. And he's like, to do that, we're going to create a war room where the top executives are going to be working around the clock to figure out this problem. And so in Twitch, they have these huge glass meeting rooms. Some of them like are entirely glass squares. You walk the hallways on either side. You can see, you know, it's like everything's glass. You can see what's going on. To keep it secret, they took black construction paper and they plastered it over all of the glass to make the entire room secret. It was like top secret. Okay. They paint floor to ceiling, huge floor to ceiling, all black, blocked out. And so every time you come into the office, you would walk past this dark, secret, blocked out room and always see the top chief executives go in and out of that room. And I was like, damn, they are fucking taking this seriously. The China war room. And I thought it was cool. I remember thinking like, this is so fucking cool, dude. It's like, I want to see what's going on in there, what the secret plan is. It's like, holy shit, what are they going to do? Anyway, long story short, it turns out the CEO was lying to us. And that the China war room was actually a cover for selling the company to Amazon. And that whole meeting room was the war room planning for the Amazon sale. And that's why all the executives are going in and out. They did try to do the China thing, but it wasn't secret. Like now I look back and it's like, it makes no sense to have that room be top secret. If it's for the China, like it's not that big a deal. It's just trying to grow in the country. I don't know why we talked secret. So I don't know why I believed it, but they did try the China thing. They failed miserably. There are 3 platforms in China who are all individually bigger than Twitch. That's how many internet users there are in China. That's how big it is there. There are 3 Twitch competitors in China that are all bigger than Twitch. That's crazy. Anyway, well, I'll say one of them I know is bigger. The other 2, there's a lot of fake numbers in China. And with streaming platforms even more so, they use a lot of like heat scores instead of, it's tough to say, but based on their metrics, they're bigger. Anyway, long story short, I'm telling stories here. This is a really old story. Maybe you haven't heard it. I was the first employee not in that senior executive room to know the truth about the Amazon acquisition. I was the first one to know because I lived at the office and I never left because I didn't want to go home. All I wanted to do was play video games and eat peanut butter from the kitchen. And so I would stay late in the break room and play video games and play Smash Melee and set up streams and do little streams and everything. I was a DJ. And so I, one night, streamed a in-house Melee tournament of all the Twitch staff that played Melee. I streamed it, not even on my channel, on like the Twitch Melee channel or whatever. And when I finally went home, I forgot to turn the stream off. I forgot to turn the stream off. So it's streaming to 0 viewers. I mean, nobody watched us. It's streaming to 0 viewers, but it's live in the break room. Then 2 fucking executives, 2 Amazon executives and a Twitch executive walked into the break room just after a late night meeting in the war room, and we're shooting the shit, and they start talking about it. They start talking about it. Yeah. So I had an insider fucking spy cam of a major acquisition, a major corporate acquisition. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, only me is, I mean, I think I've told this story on stream, so this is like the first time, but this is a long time ago. I was very afraid to tell it for years and years and years. So the next day, a friend of mine goes, "Hey, you left the stream on all night." And I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy." And I guess I was the second person to know, because he goes, "Hey, I think you should delete the VOD." He goes, "I think you should delete the VOD." I didn't want to say this guy's name. And he's like, don't look at it, just delete it. That's what he told me. But the tone that he said it with was like, all right, sure. But then I was like, I'm going to look at it. So I insta-private it, and then I watched the whole thing. I click through it until I see what he's talking about, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, thank you for the subs. Bloody type PBOS, thank you for the 10 gifties. Good goddamn. Let me answer your question before I go back to this story. I'm gearing up for a 3-month hunting trip starting next week in search of my spirit animal, and I'd love to have some great reads along the way. You've mentioned books before, but I've never taken notes on them. I'm here to take notes now. What I recommend is there's a website called Big A Book Club. It's created by the community, where they just took actual clips of the stream whenever I mention a book, and they have it all in there. You can see not only all the books I've recommended, but like when I recommended them in the little clip. It's really cool. Big A Book Club. I don't know how to exactly find it. Big A Book Club. But I'll just shout it out right now because it's cool. And it also has community submissions of other great books. Oh, it might be down. Oh, no. Is it down? Sad. Yeah, I think it actually is down. Well, it used to be up. Maybe it'll come back. FFF. I don't know. Anyway, I'd have to know more about what you're into specifically. But if you are a hunter and if you're interested in a really cool tale of shipwreck, mutiny, and murder, of betrayal, I would suggest The Wager. I think The Wager is a fantastic true story about a British ship that has a mutiny on it. So I would recommend that. Or you could read Harry Potter from beginning to end. Wait, I was in the middle of the story. So anyway, I go back and I watch this tape, and I see that Twitch is getting acquired by Amazon. And of course, I have no way to act on that. No, what is that? Like, think about, even if you knew that information ahead of time, how could you make any money? Twitch is a private company, and it's not going to affect Amazon's stock price. It's not big enough. Buy stock. You can't buy Twitch stock, and buying Amazon stock is probably a dumb idea. I mean, it was a smart idea if you just thought Amazon would go up, but it's not going to be affected by buying Twitch. So there's nothing you can do with that information. There's no like, trade coworker stocks for cash. If I approached one of my coworkers and said, "Hey, can I buy your shares?" I think they'd be really suspicious. And then if, 2 weeks later, an Amazon acquisition gets announced, I think they would fucking bring it up to management. I think I would get investigated and fired. So I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you've suggested, I don't think you've, but I'll tell you, I'm just telling you more stories, because I think these stories are really old, and they're really funny and impactful to me as a person. They shaped me. They're very vivid memories of me as a younger man. And I'm still very young, as you all agree. After the Amazon exit, because they had a big announcement, all hands meeting, Amazon's buying us. We're selling to Amazon. Everyone's happy. The mood at the office was exuberant because everyone with shares was now getting 1-to-1 Amazon shares. Everyone who had a Twitch, every Twitch share went to Amazon shares 1-to-1. So if you had, 2,000 Twitch shares, you got 2,000 Amazon shares, which is like incredible. We didn't even know how incredible because ever since then, Amazon stock went to the moon. This is like, I'll show you when. But the mood at the office was just exuberant. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is actually fucking crazy looking at it. This is when the acquisition was. This is like when you got all the Amazon shares. 2014, dude. That's crazy. That's when anyway. Everyone's happy. Everyone was drinking at the office. It was a very lax culture back then. Everyone was drinking. It was a good vibe. And what they did was they walked around to everybody's desk and they put this blue folder on your desk that had the amount of shares you were getting. Like you got like a bonus and all of your, it shows you everything. It shows you basically what cut of the $1 billion buyout was going to you. Okay. And I was given the wrong folder. I was given the folder of my friend Golf. They just fucking messed it up. They fucking messed it up. And Golf is like one of the greatest engineers at Twitch. He was considered they call him like the code reaper or something, because he would take your fucking shitty code and reduce it by 90% and make it still functional and fluid. He was like, Golf was a true ultimate engineer. He slept on a cot in someone's basement for like 8 years to save money and then just outright bought a full place in San Francisco. Bro's a genius. I mean, bro's awesome. I respect Golf a lot. But he's like, he's a senior engineer early. We were the same age, but he was like, hyper cracked. Maybe he was a year older, 2 years older. Anyway, I got Golf's. So I open it up and it says like, you're getting like $2.2 million or something. Yeah, there's like a random number. Okay. I'm not doxing his fucking net worth, but imagine it's a lot of money. Okay. And by the way, that's a lot of money and it's in shares at the valuation here, this valuation. So just absurd, right? But I'm looking at this document and I'm like, this is not right. I'm like a brand new, marketing hire. I'm not, this is not right. And sure enough, I look at the top and it says Golf on it. And I'm like, oh, this is a mistake. This is a fucking mistake. So I quietly go to Golf's desk and I switch them out and look at mine, which by the way, mine was, I think, very generous for a little dipshit out of ASU doing marketing. But after seeing Golf's, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, yeah, it's fine. Which actually might have contributed to me not selling it. It actually may have been a good thing because I think a lot of people got starry eyes and they sold it all instantly and like took the money. I was like, whatever. I don't need this. And I fucking, and so I just kept it and it ended up being worth a lot. A diamond hands. How did Twitch give you stock? When I signed up to work there, I got some part of my compensation in cash and some in shares. Like all pre-act startups, at least at that time in Silicon Valley, did the same thing. It's like you wouldn't work there unless you got shares. When I was employee 100 or whatever. It was like early days. Everyone does. You don't take those jobs over a better. I mean, for me, I took the job for fucking $2 flat because I was esports addicted ASU grad. I was just desperate. I wanted a fucking real job, so it worked out for me. But like most people wouldn't take that job unless there was possibility of a big exit. What did Tears say? TZ in the chat. What's up? There's no way this is real. Oh, he got pardoned? What the fuck? Sam Bankman-Fried? Is this real? Yeah, this is a meme coin thing. It's a different account. You know what I'm saying? Is it even... I'll just show you. Look. It's a different account, not the normal SBF account, a different account. I would like to sincerely thank Mr. Donald Trump for his pardon, which has allowed me to move forward. Thanks to this opportunity, I'm pleased to announce I'm now working for the Doge government. As of today, the other account will be archived. This doesn't seem real. I think he would announce this from his main account. But... gray check? Yeah, but... you know... I mean, here's a possible thing, right? You could have hacked an account that had a gray check, changed the name, launched it. You could have bought one. You could have, right? Like, it's like anytime someone's account gets hacked and they change the name and then they... This could be true. I'm not going to say it's not 100% not true. Let's see if I can find any verification. But wouldn't that be fucking insane? Wouldn't that be fucking insane? SBF tweeted 2 hours ago. Yeah, I understand that, but he tweeted about management. And he doesn't mention Doge at all. Like, yeah, the SBF FTX account does not mention Doge or being pardoned at all. I'm checking. What's this? Someone just linked me a post and it's deleted. This post has been deleted. So that must have been in the past 2 seconds. Feds are onto us. This all seems. I'm not seeing anything from anyone real that's like confirming this. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but man, that'd be crazy. Who could we get to help run Doge? Who would be the most elite? How about the world famous crypto scammer Sam Bankman-Fried? Famous for two things: stealing customer money and using it to make fraudulent crypto punts, or having a gigantic sex polycule in the middle of the Bahamas. I would be shocked. I would be fucking shocked were this true. It would be, you know what I would say? It's like, obviously you guys know me. I've been a massive fan of Doge. Every single thing they've done, I've been a fucking hyper defender. But this one might be too far. This one might actually cause me to go, wait a minute, is this Doge thing? Is there problems with this? I mean, they're sending you 5K. What's to be mad about? Are you serious with this question? I could answer it, but I think I've talked about it before. Are you serious with this question, or are you kind of joking? Oh, okay, you're not serious with that guy. I was trying to fucking check. Every time you say this, I think you actually start to mean it. Really. That's your theory? Play well again. You think I mean it? Yeah, you caught me. No, I do. I fucking do. I fucking love Doge. God damn, I love Doge. The thing about me is I'm really not about this whole fucking sarcasm shit. I think it's kind of fucking whack. You know what I believe? Say your thoughts up front, buddy. Okay? Just fucking direct to camera, say how you feel. Don't fucking, oh, you're making fun of things. No, nobody wants that shit. They want fucking raw, say it like it is. And what I think is that Doge is fucking great. Put that on the Clips channel. I am become meme. Atrioc, I got places to be. How long is it going to be a place to go chop chop? Detective, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you go to those places early. Okay, and then I'll see you in hell. All right? So enjoy those places, and you and me will meet up again in hell, and we'll talk about it. You tell me about what you did. I'll tell you about the MM. We'll catch up. All right? Thank you very much for your message. I'm adding him into the timer. Fuck you. Dude, there's so much going on. I feel like yeah, we can talk about German elections, which I'm going to do. By the way, I have to say this, just for the early frauds. I think this is a good topic, and I think I have good things to say about it, and I did a lot of research. However, I didn't get to make a fuck ton of slides. So it may be a little bit of a back and forth, a little bit of a freewheel. I'm pulling some. I didn't get to make like a whole million slides here because of these meetings, to be honest. I just got back from the last one at fucking 6. And then I was like pushing to try and make stuff. So, anyway, it's fine. By the way, like, if there's not like a headline on a slide telling you, you can always get the truth from just scroll 3 pages deep into the comments. And you will find somebody with a fucking Luffy profile picture telling you the fucking real truth. That's meetings, aka league ranked. I actually did have I had 2 extremely long, all day, interesting meetings. I am no capping. I have played TFT, of course. I'm trying to get masters, but every time I play TFT, this is my one rule to myself. I can't play TFT unless I'm either live or listening to a podcast about something like real or interesting. So at the very least, when I'm doing TFT, I'm learning something. Did you see the Stans crash out? He's funny, LOL. Stans is extremely funny. Although he crashed out on me during basketball. I'm going to be honest with you. He crashed out on me during basketball. I got a little heated. I got a little annoyed. Let me tell you something. Stans has... No, I'm not going to say it. I love Stans too much. I'm not going to say it. I fucking love Stans. That's over. But move on. What I will say about Stans is that we're fucking lifelong bros. And instantly after the game, we gave each other a hug. A literal hug. And said, no worries, bro. And then after that... I invited him to go see the Lakers Mavs on Tuesday, and we're going to that. So I'm fucking in tomorrow. Tomorrow, dude. I get to watch Luka beat the Mavs in a Lakers jersey tomorrow. Yes! Yes, dude! It's going to be fucking awesome. That type won't lie. I know, I'm fucking omega stoked. I'm omega. Are we sitting courtside? I'm not that much of a baller. Here's what I did. I'm going to tell you. This is something Ludwig used to do for us all the time, and I'm kind of doing it now because I got some bread. I don't have like Ludwig bread, nor do I like to spend money as much as Ludwig. But everybody I invited to the game, I put in a little bit of a pot bonus and upgraded everyone's ticket. So we got good tickets. We didn't get a fucking suite or something like Loading might do, but we got real good seats, not courtside. I upped everyone's tickets. What row? Well, you want my fucking seat number in row so you can show up and we're like probably like row 8 or something. I don't know. It's like they're good, dude. Yeah, I'll show you the fucking seats. You know what? This can't hurt me, right? Look at the fucking seats, dude. They're fucking fuego. Look at this. Sheesh, dude. Sheesh. Sheesh. It's gonna be fucking fun, dude. I'm gonna go nuts. Bro can't even afford center court. You're right. You're right, dude. You're right. I mean, some of the prices were absurd. I also bought a little late, so I'm not have to get resale prices. I'm not even getting. Lakers tickets are crazy. This game's hotly anticipated, but I think it's gonna be fun. The only worry I have is we all show up, the crowd is fucking insane, everyone's cheering, and then Luka has a stinker game and the Mavs win. The energy is gonna be rancid. It's gonna be a dog doo-doo water, miserable in there. So I'm just praying he has a good game. I will say this. Sorry to keep talking about Luka, but this is, I think I took a screenshot. Wait. Check. Look at this. Look at this.
After the Lakers and
So there's this
Nuggets games.
I'm envisioning what our
This is JJ Redick, the coach, and he's giving this fucking great speech.
be willing to die on the court. All right, I was so amped today. I should have been able to take a nap. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up till 5 a.m. I couldn't even nap today. Pre-game, I'm laying on the floor doing my breathing exercise. I'm envisioning what our team is going to play like. And you guys went even higher. You went even higher. And frankly, our conviction and our belief in the game plan, the bench was great. Everybody contributed. Luka, it's good to have you back. Yes, sir. It's good to have you back.
Bro, look at Luka. They said this guy's fat? They said this guy's fucking 300 pounds overweight? Dude, he looks in incredible shape. He dropped 33. He's in incredible physical condition. He's cheesing. He's having a good time. Dude, there's absolutely no way this trade was for the reason they said. There's just no way. No, there's no way, dude. There's 100% more going on. Anyway, I'm very Lakers pill lately. I've been really fun to watch. It was a scam. Oh, it was a scam. Yeah, it was a scam. It immediately got deleted, and now it says SBF Doge only losers scam my at now. It was a scam. Yeah, all right. Good intuition there, because yeah, it's fucking. It was this small Italian city. Yeah, okay. They hacked a small Italian city's government name, government checkmark thing, and then made it a crypto scam. That's fucking sick, dude. And they probably waited. They probably waited for the right time when SBF was tweeting again. And then to make it all seem like that's actually a well-planned scam. They like had this, probably the password ready to go. Their password was pasta. Yeah, I mean, every Italian thing in the password is pasta. It's not polite to use it. If you ever want to hack Italian's account, it's always pasta, but it's considered bad form. I love it a pasta. Did you see the family that sold the jersey Wimby gave their kid for $73K? All right, look, I saw people hating on them, like, wow, you gave it to your kid and it's supposed to be this big deal and then you sold it. But also, I feel like a lot of people are like, 73K is 73K. If that's a regular middle-class family, that just changed their life. Like, they're out of debt. The kid's college is paid for. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it'll be a cool treasured artifact, but also 73K is fucking awesome. College not paid for? Yeah, it is. And I mean, it depends on what school you go to, but like, if you go to a state school, my college would have been paid for 73K. Also, the average student loan debt is not, it's like 50K. Average student loan debt. It's actually 38K. Maybe rising to, it's 38K. So don't say no, dude. I'm fucking telling you that I'm fucking correct here. Or you could put that 70K on a 20-leg parlay, and then the kid can go somewhere really nice. Then the kid doesn't need college. You know what I'm saying? If you hit that 20-leg parlay, the college is not going to fucking... College is for chumps that want to work. Gambling is illegal in Clancyville. Okay, I want you guys to tell you guys something about Clancyville. Clancyville is one of my favorite bits we've ever done. And because I couldn't get Clancyville out of my head, I wrote a song about Clancyville. But I have no musical talent. No, I actually wrote it, not with AI. I wrote it myself. I wrote the lyrics, but I can't sing it. I did make an AI version, but I didn't generate it. I wrote the entire song. So what I'm going to do is try to find someone, but I need someone who can really nail a country song voice. I need someone who can like really do like, howdy y'all. Anyway, if someone feels like they have the right team for this, it would be cool. It'd be the first song that I'm a part of the creative process. I think the lyrics are fire. The lyrics are fire. So maybe we can find somebody. Linkus is texting? Yeah, maybe Linkus. Big A, what would you do if the liberals upzoned your neighborhood to destroy the character of your neighborhood? In Clancyville? Or what am I worried about? I'm worried about the libs upzoning my neighborhood to destroy its character? That's a Clancyville #1. I would say, if I'm being dead honest, I feel like I am more of a symbol of gentrification than somebody who should fight against it. I feel like when I moved to town, people are like, oh no, it's getting gentrified. Do you know what I'm saying? I only leave my house to play basketball. But I'm Latino. That's true. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Fucking right. See. Did you see Diddy's lawyer quit? I did see that. I also saw, and this could be speculation or incorrect, but because it's through Twitter, so I'm not sure. I saw that Diddy's lawyer quit defending him. I think primarily because he's impossible to work with. But I also heard that lawyer previously defended Osama bin Laden. Or like the Osama bin Laden estate. So it's like, you have to be really... Apparently that lawyer has no line until now. That is pretty funny. I got to be honest with you, that's pretty funny. An entire world population basketball tournament. You only need 33 wins to win it all. How many are you getting? Are you saying if there's a one-on-one bracket with everyone in the world and it's appropriately seeded, how far do I get? I don't know. I'd probably win the whole thing. Oh, listen, I'm no fucking basketball savant, but I assume the average person in the world's at a 0. The average person has never even picked up a ball. So I'd have at least a couple rounds completely free. But then after that, it would get hard very quickly. What if you get a bad seed and pull? No, I'm assuming it's like magically seeded. So whatever rank I am in skill for the entire globe is my seed. And I assume that's in the top, I don't know how many percent it is, but most people on Earth have never played. It's like the thing about like League of Legends is an example. If you are gold in League of Legends, you are like top, what, like 20%, 30% of the player base? You're very high up, and that's of ranked players. If you count all the ARAM players, you're like top 90%. And if you count people in the world, then you're top 0.00001%. You know what I'm saying? If you're just gold. Now, I don't think I'm gold in basketball. I'm probably more like bronze, silver, to be honest. But that same principle applies. I think I would be a high percent. But then you get to me and I dunk on your bitch ass at Atrioc KeckW, trash can bald glizzy ass from Clancyville. Yeah, I hope I don't run into you too early in the bracket. To be fair, I'm not from Clancyville. Okay? Clancyville absorbed my town, but that's not. One day we'll all be from, at the rate of expansion, at the rate it's going, now that it's bigger than Tokyo, everyone's going to be from Clancyville pretty soon. If Dan Clancy has his way. I had a crypto shill present in my class today saying smart, successful people put all their eggs in one basket. like real estate or something. Is this true? I doubt. Was he trying to get you put it all into crypto? It's actually a nuanced, interesting question in that a lot of wealthy people will tell you the key to wealth is diversification and compounding. And they do all of these things after they've usually made a large sum of money on a singular bet. Like, there's a lot of people who got rich because they owned some factory or something interesting, and that was very valuable, made a lot of money, and then they diversified. So he's not 100% wrong, but also people ignore that probably the most common way, again, something like 18% of all Americans are millionaires, which is pretty insane. The most common way they got to be a millionaire is compounding. It's just they're like late in life and they put money into assets over the course of their life, and it's compounded. Now, that was a lot easier for boomers. American boomers, a lot of them became millionaires because they were born at the perfect time to buy the stock market and real estate when it was at generational lows, and then have 30 years of price appreciation. And now they're back. So it's kind of easy for them. Big A, have you heard of the Paper Mario reference in the new J. Cole song? No. Yeah, I just checked the stat. It's 100%. 18% of U.S. households have a net worth of $1 million. I was dead on the money. How about that? I wanted to make sure I wasn't speaking out of my ass. Big A, what is your opinion that no politician should be older than our retirement age? I think that sounds pretty based. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I just think right now we have way too many. It's not even, I don't even like to mention this anymore because it's so obvious, but too many old politicians. They're too old. And it's not because I think there's an inherent problem with being old. Is that I think it's not representative of the people they're leading. There's a lot of new problems. We are in an era where a lot of new problems are cropping up, and I think you need people who are like not set in their ways. How about every politician has to hit a free throw in 10 shots? Ludwig, I wanted you to run, though. I was really hoping to vote for you, but this rule is going to... It would suck if it's like Bernie versus Hillary and we get Hill Dog just because Bernie fucking bricks the free throw. It would suck if Hillary's kind of lights out on the court. You know, I just get the feeling Hill Dog's going to make at least 3. Bernie actually balls. I'm pressing X to doubt. Bernie Sanders basketball. Bernie Sanders basketball mixtape 2020. Wait a minute. I'm pressing Y to truth. Oh! No way. Bernie! Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a fucking minute. JJ Redick, hear me out. Hear me out, JJ. We need a center. The Lakers need a center. Mark Williams couldn't do it, didn't pass the physical. I think Braun, Luka, Sanders. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing are you seeing the big three? Bronny James. Okay? This is LeBron. Feel the LeBron. This is a dream team. This has got everything you need. Plus, he brings that fucking locker room energy. This is big. Okay, imagine that the only reason the Lakers got Luka is so they could trade up for Bernie. And Luka becomes a Democratic politician and Bernie joins the Lakers and they go on a generational run. This is actually... Damn, I didn't know Bernie hooped. Bro just posts up. Holy shit. Holy shit, he's lethal! He's lethal! Dude, it's all swish! I can't believe this is real. He bro's DeMar DeRozan. He's a fucking mid-range assassin. Oh, the bank? The bank is open? He shuts down Wall Street banks, but when it comes to banks on the court... Holy, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That thing arcs too. No way Wimby. No way Wimby's blocking them. I would love to see Wimby try to block Bernie Sanders' jumper. I think that you would need a much larger wingspan to fucking... Okay, let me make sure I got everything I need. Yeah, I guess. I need a map of Europe. A map of Europe. I need a map of Europe. And I need a map of Europe. And I need to put it in. And then I need to go. And I need to copy paste this map over here. Okay. That's good. That's good. I think that is good. Okay. Bro, I gotta be honest with you. This is really, I just gotta admit something to chat. I'll admit it. And I don't want to say this. You know how we recently did a video on Kanye crashing out? Insane Twitter thread. Obviously made fun of it. After that video, I was talking about how Kanye really fell off as an artist. And in that clip, I show two songs. I show his most recent one, and I show Gone, his final verse on Gone, which I really love. listening to the final verse on Gone reminded me of how much I fucking love Late Registration as an album. So I've actually been bumping Kanye more than ever. I've been on as I've been driving around LA, I've been like on a Late Registration fucking insane kick. So it's actually unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I fully admit that. I just love that album. It also reminds me of a really good time. It reminds me, I don't know, I like that album a lot. It sucks. He seems like an entirely different person from when he made that album. Don't worry though. I offset it. Obviously that's problematic, right? So I offset it by giving free vouchers for Galaxy Gas to children. So I'll drive around and I'll give out to any kid, they can go and get. So I'm like, I do good to offset the bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so you're a saint. I set a good example for the youth. Yeah, well, I just feel like maybe I'm crazy for this. Cancel me for this. I just feel like kids shouldn't have to pay for their own Galaxy Gas in the wealthiest nation on earth. Do you know what I'm saying? We have all of this fucking money. And we have children out here, some of whom are fucking below the poverty line, who have to pay for their own Galaxy Gas. And it just feels like, what are we doing? Why are we paying for another F-22 jet when, Jimmy has to pay for his own Galaxy Gas or steal his mother's credit card for it? I think it's insane, but that's just me. We are the only major developed nation that doesn't guarantee Galaxy Gas for its child citizens. I think Bernie said this, and I stand behind him. I stand behind him for this. Okay. Chat. I think it is time to get ready. I think it's time to get ready to go live with Marketing Monday. It's Marketing Monday. It's Marketing Monday. And everyone's feeling great. It's Marketing Monday. And no one has any hate. This is the kind of lyrics I'm bringing to this song. Oh, Dan. I don't want to sing the song yet. But it's a heater song. Don't get me wrong. Wait till, okay. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum. I think we're ready. Just making sure everything looks good. Sorry, I just need okay. Just give me a fucking second, all right? Yeah, this is perfect. Just one second. One fucking second. Just making sure that I have the key points This is not a major presentation, by the way. I want to cover so that everyone can be caught up with what the funk is happening in a very important country. Okay. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I need one thing from you before we jump into this Marketing Monday, and that is for you, my dear, dear friends, to look at the screen, analyze what you see, and when your ocular nerve reaches your neurons and finds a match to what you're seeing and what you are, say, "Poggies me," as we jump into today's Marketing Monday. Gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday. Today, we are talking about a country in Europe. Americans, tune out. Today, we're talking about a country called... Germany. Get this correct. Deutschland. Today, we're talking about Germany. Now, when Americans, much of my audience is American, and when you hear Germany, you often think of a couple things. You think of beer, you think of Lederhosen, you probably think of Nazis. Literally, I asked Americans what are the first three things they think of when they think of Germany. It's been a long time, folks. It's been a long time. They think of Nazis, they think of beer again. They think of beer and Oktoberfest. They think of sausages, okay? If you ask Europeans what they think of Germany, they have more nuanced stereotypes. I lived in Germany for a while. The things Europeans say about Germany are that they are not funny. Like they don't have a sense of humor. That is the main stereotype that Europeans will have on Germans. That, and they're very, very punctual. They're very obsessed with efficiency. So all of those things may or may not be true, but what's important is that Germany is a much more complex and important country than that. Germany, if you didn't know, is the third largest economy in the world behind the US and China, and the key economy of the EU. They are the beating heart, industrial heart of Europe. Their success or failure, in a large part, determines the direction and the state of how Europe is feeling. So it's very important. And, knowing this, I want to set the stage for what the last few years in Germany have been like before we talk about their insane recent election. Okay, so this is Germany. It's right here. It's not only the beating heart of Europe manufacturing-wise, but it's also literally like in the heart of Europe. And for the past, let's say, 20 years or so, the strategy in Germany has been remarkably successful, which is that they import cheap natural gas energy from Russia. They get cheap natural gas from Russia, and then they export really high quality manufacturing items to China. Things like automobiles, chemicals, things like that's their deal. So they get cheap gas from Russia. They sell manufacturing things to all over the world, but especially to China. China's been the growth area. And that worked really well right up until it didn't. Here's the China line. They go from here to China. Okay? Right up until it didn't. Now, when Russia invaded Ukraine, sanctions were put in place to stop buying or selling from Russia. But also at the same time, to ensure that happened, there was someone, we don't know who, editor, please put the clip of Joe Biden in here. Somebody destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline that connected the two countries, so there's no possible way that Germany could buy natural gas from Russia. So the cheap energy was gone. At the same time, literally at the same time, in the same years that this happened, the trade deficit with China started blowing out, which basically means that, after being relatively even for a long time, they started importing way more from China than they exported. China basically stopped needing so many German goods and started selling them a lot more goods. China basically caught up in a lot of things they were manufacturing and no longer wanted to buy as many German cars or German chemicals. So as these two things are happening, Germany was in a bit of a crisis. This is like the 21, 22, 23 era. It suddenly was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? By the way, at the same time, I read a book called Kaput about the German economy and the end of the German economic miracle. And one thing they mentioned is that ever since the year 2000, as the rest of the world has grown more accustomed to like digitization and internet business and technology, Germany's kind of been like wary. Like it's not, they obviously use the internet in Germany, but it's just, they are way slower about adopting technology and digital stuff. And they've been way more analog. They're always been like hard manufacturing and not digital. And so that is finally starting to catch up to them. All this is catching up to them at the exact same time. And it's led to like a bit of a crisis moment in the world's third largest economy. They had their, one of their first shrinking years since, I don't know, like post-World War II. I mean, it's like a real bad time. And they had the highest number of bankruptcies since the 2008 financial crisis. That happened just now. That happened in 2024. So all of this is happening at once. People are losing their jobs. German auto manufacturers are closing plants in Germany and opening up factories in China. And the economic woes are pretty serious. At the same time, there's similar to what's happening in America or all over, there's a rising sort of anti-immigration movement that is really riling people up and getting them really, concerned about immigration and people coming in. So, all of this is happening at the same time in Germany, leading to a really chaotic, it's normally a pretty stable, buttoned up country. And now we're in a really chaotic period going into Sunday's, which is again, yesterday's election. So when this election happened yesterday, it was life or death, all or nothing. Everyone thought it was extremely important, which led to the highest turnout they've had since they became one nation again. Since West Germany reunited, this is the highest turnout. 84% of the country voted. Everyone showed up. This is a big deal. It was, again, there's ads everywhere. There's commercials everywhere. People were talking about it. Every party was clamoring. And so it's this big event. And I want to explain to you, before we get into the mechanics of what happened, I want to explain to you how their system works. It's a classic European parliamentary system. Now, if you're American, you think, why don't they just simply have two parties that hate each other on everything? And whoever wins undoes everything from the other party, and then we go back and forth. But in fact, in Germany, they have many, many parties. This system actually was created after the fall of Nazi Germany because the Nazi party had uncontested sole party rule, and they wanted a system with more parties. And so basically they have this parliament with a lot of parties in it, and you need to make a coalition. You need to, like, let's say this is party 1, this is party 2, this is party 3. Well, parties 1, 2, and 3 have to team up to get over the half. No matter where you are, like, you have to find enough teams that can add up to over half to get something passed. So it's called building a coalition. And no one party gets over 50% of the vote to just do it alone. So whatever government you come up with is going to be multiple parties teamed together. Here's an example. The current ruling party of Germany before the Sunday election was called the Traffic Light Coalition. And basically it's because the party with the red logo, the yellow logo, and the green logo, the traffic light, looks like this. They all teamed up to get over half. Okay? They get over half. They make the coalition, and that's how they run. Everything in Germany with the parties is revolved around the color of their logo. And all the party names are like some pun. Like, if it was the black and green party, they call it the Kiwi Coalition. If it's like, I don't know, like if there's like green, black, and red, they call it like the Jamaican or whatever. they make a pun based on the colors of their, okay? And so the Traffic Light Coalition is who is in power. And I'll give you an introduction of all the major parties that went into this election. First up, we have this red one here, the SPD, okay? This is Olaf Scholz, the current Chancellor of Germany. And the man he's kind of like the Joe Biden of Germany in that, maybe he's, I don't know. He's kind of center left, and got handed the hot potato at a really bad time. I'm not saying he's great. I think he's pretty ineffectual. Hasn't been a super great leader, but he got handed the hot potato at a really bad time. So Germany hit all these problems right under his leadership. And so he's he's dead meat. Nobody wants to support him. Big drop off. Then you have the FDP. This is like a very business. This is the yellow party here. They're very business friendly, and the main issue that matters to them in terms of what we're going to talk about today is debt. They hate the debt. A long time ago, not that long, 10, 20 years ago in Germany, they made a rule called the debt break, which basically means you can't go into debt very much. There's like a cap on how much debt you can go into. And this party is ride or die. We cannot break that cap. We cannot change that cap. We need to keep ourselves debt free or very little debt, minimal debt. So what happened in this coalition is that these two parties wanted to spend a lot more money. This party said, fuck no, we're not doing it. We're not going into debt. We're not spending more money. And this coalition blew up. These guys basically were ousted. They exited. This two parties couldn't form a new government. And now we're having a new vote. That's how we got to where we are today. That's why this snap election was called. Here's where we are, okay? The third party in this thing is the Green Party. Now, to avoid comment, I'm gonna do a clip about this later. To avoid comments, I'll tell you I'm not a fan of the German Green Party. I don't like this guy, Robert Habeck. I think the German Green Party has done a lot to help another party I'm gonna talk about later, which is the AFD. But I'm not going to go too into it. All I say is the Green Party is attractive in general to younger constituents. They are obviously more left-wing. They have good stances on things like abortion and all that. But they also have a really, really anti-nuclear attitude towards green energy. They think climate change is the most important thing, but they don't want to tolerate nuclear for it. Okay, that's the main thing for the Green Party. Okay. So these three parties were the traffic light coalition. It's blown up, and now there's a change in the world. So that leads us to where we are now. Okay, so let's show you a little bit about this election.
Almost every signpost in Berlin will tell you the same thing, that many in Europe's biggest economy want a drastic change of direction. Political infighting within Germany's three-way coalition government.
So pause real quick. This is the key theme of this election, is that Germans are kind of screaming out for a drastic change. Not all of them, but a lot of Germans are screaming out. They are feeling like things are going the wrong direction. So they're screaming out for a drastic change.
Led to a snap election in February.
The news of the collapse of the ruling coalition plunging Berlin into a political crisis.
And after years of frustration, an anxious electorate was more divided than ever about who should take over.
Many people in Germany don't feel that the political establishment is listening to them and can really service their needs.
Over the past 60 or so years, the number of parties battling for seats in the Bundestag, Germany's parliament, has more than doubled. Before reunification with the East, 3 West German parties regularly secured more than 90% of votes. But in 2025, 7 jostled for power. And these increasingly popular newcomers have polarizing visions of 21st century Germany.
Now, the big 2 old parties, which are the Red, the SPD, and this new one I'm going to introduce, the Black Party, the CDU. This is like the center right. So these 2 parties, the CDU and the SPD, have been the parties in Germany's history since reunification. They're the center left and center right. They're like the Democrats and Republicans of America. They have been the 2 parties. They have been the main ones. And I will say the CDU is center right by their standards, but by American standards, this is basically like a Bill Clinton era party. Okay? Like center right is what you would say for German this is a fairly like centrist left-wing party. Anyway, so this is the CDU, this is the Black Party, and then the big radical change, the one that's been like causing so much chaos, the one that's been like causing all the stories for this election, is the Alternative for Deutschland, the AfD. This is like, again, what they would call in Germany, the far right party. This is the one that is like their main number one issue is like deep anti-immigration. That's their main thing. Now, I will say one thing it's worth mentioning. This party's called Nazis a lot. It's not that the Nazis are a far right party and this is a far right party. They personally are not like other far-right parties, which are pro-Nazi, in that in Germany, liking Hitler is like no party does that. Like, it's generally Hitler is hated in Germany because he did lead the country to ruin. It's like basically illegal. And this party is so on the right, they called Hitler a communist. Like this woman right here said that Hitler was a communist. Okay? So they're not like swastikas and actual Nazis, but they have, far right ideals. So I need, okay. So this also is the party, the AFD, that Elon Musk has been massively pushing for. Elon Musk has posted about the AFD 70 times around this election and has repeatedly said that only the AFD can save Germany. Okay? That their stance on immigration is the only one that can save Germany. The final party that I want to talk about is Die Linke. This is the left. This has been, this is you may call it like the far left party. They are, classic far left party. They're how do I say this? I like them on social issues. I'm not a big on like their stance on nuclear and their stance on we need to tear down all of capitalism and whatever. Okay, so but that's the left. Okay, so that's those are the parties, right? It's the violet party, the blue party, the black party, the green party, the yellow party, and the red party. These are the only parties that really matter in this election. Okay? Because to make it onto the chart, to make it onto this, you need at least 5% of Germany's votes. So if you get 4.8%, you have a lot of votes, you don't get included in parliament. And this fucking matters because 49 parties ran, and a lot of those parties are taking some votes and splitting a lot of votes. If you don't get to 5%, you're not included. And to be included is very important because of this. I want to show you this. Because the big question for this election was the big question for this election was the prediction was the CDU would win. This is the center right party. They're the counterbalance to the SPD that has just done a really bad job. Okay? So, the yellow party fell under 5%, got booted. They're out. But the big question was, okay, we know the CDU is going to get the majority, or not the majority. They're going to get the most votes. They're going to get 20 to 30%. They're going to be the biggest party, but they won't have enough. They're going to be like here. So they need, actually, it'd be more like here, like right here. So they need to fill this gap to get over here. And the big question for this election was, can they do it with one other party? Can it be a 1-2 two-party coalition? Because they've learned that three-party coalitions, like the traffic light, it's just too many different parties, too many different ideas. You can't get anything done. So the big question was, can they get enough votes so that it's a 1-2 and done instead of having to team up three ways and barely get anything done? That's like the big question in this election. And I want to walk you through what happened. So the results came in, and they look like this. They look like this. They look like this. Okay? Here it is. They look like this. The CDU won the election. They got about 30% of the vote. Massive, huge result, okay? CDU wins. Friedrich Merz will be the new chancellor of Germany, okay? In second place, the AFD. The AFD did shockingly well. 20% of the votes. They've never polled in second place before. They've never been ahead of the SPD. This has never happened. But they didn't make it to first. Okay? In third place, the SPD, previous ruling government. Again, between the CDU and the SPD, normally they had everything. But okay, third place. In fourth place, the Greens. The Greens dropped from like 12% to 10%. They had a fairly poor showing, but not a massive catastrophic loss. They did bad. Left Party, shockingly well. The Left Party, again, wasn't even predicted at first to get above 5%. They ended up getting 7% and actually making it into the government. This is unexpected. It was largely due to a huge surge in youth voting. They had a huge surge in youth voting. So, one thing you might notice, though, one thing that's very interesting about this graph is that if you take out the Greens, who they don't want to partner with, take out the Left Party, who they don't want to partner with, take out the AFD, who they don't want to partner with, they have just enough to partner with the SPD. So they are doing it. There is a grand coalition between the CDU and the SPD. This is a big deal because it means Germany has a chance of actually at least doing something. They're not having the France problem where it's so divided they can't agree on anything. They have a CDU, SPD, red, black. They're calling it the Grand Coalition. And the goal is, I want to be clear about this. I'm not exaggerating. This is sort of what you might call a last chance election. And by that, I mean, this is the last chance for what you might call the traditional German center to hold, to basically see if we can get Germany back on track the way it was, the regular way. Otherwise, either the left movement or the far right movement are going to start taking over. It's like this is the last chance of the German center and their leadership position in Europe and all that to do. Otherwise, there's going to be radical change. It's a big inflection point. Now, France had a similar thing recently that didn't work out too well because they couldn't get this coalition type thing built. But Germany did. And I think it's a good, decent chance for the CDU and the SPD to work together and try to bring positive change to Germans. Now, that's the thing I want to talk about. People ask, why are these parties rising in Germany? Why is the AFD seeing such rise? And I want to show you something. I want to show you a chart. I've shown this before during a France segment, but this is the breakdown of the voting. You'll notice this part of Germany voted dramatically for the AFD. This part of Germany is exactly the line of the East-West divide where it used to be. And if you pull up charts like this of average monthly salary, people are poorer there. Average household income, people have less wealth there. Unemployment rate, people are more unemployed there. Lower minimum wages, fewer HQs of private firms. More hours worked for less money. Fewer millionaires. Lower life satisfaction. Less cars. And so this area of Germany didn't just vote more for the far-right party, they voted more for the far-left party. Basically, what I'm saying is, it is easy to look at a party like this that you find distasteful, and I do find it distasteful. I don't like their rhetoric. I don't like what they plan to do. I don't agree with them on many issues. But what I'm trying to point out is that people in these areas are screaming. I'm not saying they're like the most educated people. In fact, they're actually not. They're screaming out for change. They are screaming out for something to change. And they are going in both directions. They're just trying to find something to change. So what I'm saying with this inflection point argument is that this is kind of Germany's last chance to try and get things to materially improve the quality of life for people. That's the only way to stop people, young people, globally, not just in Germany, globally, are pushing more and more towards radical positions because they are not feeling they have a fair shake. They can't afford housing. Inflation is rising. They can't afford good jobs. They're seeing things get worse. And so they're just getting more and more radical. So if you can't find a way to fix that, you're going to see this get worse. That is my argument. Okay. And that is why, and then this is like my personal opinion and you can disagree with it and whatever. But when you do things like shut down your nuclear plants in the middle of an energy crisis, leading to skyrocketing energy costs, I think I have a quote that I've said in conversation with friends that I feel like a vote for Robert Habeck is a delayed vote for the AFD. This is my personal opinion. I think when you vote for bad policies like this, you are literally causing more people to vote for the worst party later on. This is how I believe. Okay. And so I'm very, I don't know if I believe it can happen, but I'm hopeful that there's enough pressure that this has to be done right, that Germany will try to turn some things around and get back to growth and get back to improving people's quality of life and making things better. And I think Friedrich Merz knows this. I read a lot of his interviews. I listened to a lot of his speeches since the election result came in. And he has said, I'm sorry, I want to say this. He said this. He said it's 5 minutes to midnight for Europe. He knows that it's a critical time. He knows that it's a last chance election, and he knows they have to make changes. Okay? So I'm hoping that with this coalition the way it is, they can make some progress. Now, one of the first things that happened when he won is that Donald Trump tweeted that, let's get Donald Trump's exact tweet. Donald Trump tweeted, there it is. I found it. Okay. He said, the Conservative Party in Germany won. Much like the USA, the people of Germany got tired of the no common sense agenda, especially on energy and immigration that's prevailed for so many years. This is a great day for Germany and for the United States of America under the leadership of a gentleman named Donald J. Trump. Congratulations to all. Many more victories to follow. Now, it's a little bizarre because all of the discussion that both Elon and Trump had about this election was pro-AFD, who are not included in the coalition government. They're not in power. The CDU, despite being, ostensibly right-wing, is not pro-Trump or anything, or much like Trump. In fact, Friedrich Merz, upon coming into power, said this. He said this.
Zwischenphase. Aber ich stehe im engen Austausch mit sehr vielen Ministerpräsidenten, Staats- und Regierungschefs der Europäischen Union. Und für mich wird absolute Priorität
His absolute priority is to strengthen Europe
haben, so schnell wie möglich Europa so zu
as quickly as possible so that step by step
stärken, dass wir Schritt für Schritt auch wirklich
they can achieve independence from the USA. In fact, Friedrich Merz has been an immediate vocal proponent of Europe sort of standing on its own two legs and getting out from under the thumb of the United States. Largely in response, he also said that with Trump being the way he is, he doesn't know how NATO can continue the way it's been, which means he's talking about possibly a change in NATO. I mean, it's this drastic stuff. Again, Germany, if any country is sort of the leader of the EU. And it's going to be, if he follows through on what he's saying, this is going to be extremely chaotic to the world order, the way it's been. Specifically, he immediately, day one, instantly, has worked with the Reds, not Reds like communists, Reds in the SPD. He worked with the Reds before he's even in power to he's trying to pass a $200 million or 200 million euro increase in defense spending. He's trying to build a European defense force. So they're working quickly. And EU, let's see. I think I'm sorry, 200 billion. Did I say million? No. Yeah, people were like, that's not even one. I was like, wait, that's not. 200 billion, dude, 200 billion. 200 billion emergency defense fund. To build their own European defense force. So this is what's happening. They're moving very quickly. They're moving very quickly with this coalition government. At the same time, there's one unspoken story here, which is that every party, all of them, including the center-right one, every party has agreed to freeze the AFD out of power. Basically, they won't collaborate with them on anything. So even though they have 20% of the vote, all of the other parties have agreed not to collaborate with them. Now, people are saying W's. People are saying fuck Nazis. People are saying blah, blah, blah. This makes me nervous. I'm going to be honest with you. This makes me nervous. I have seen this strategy fail so many times. This strategy has failed so many times. Basically, there's hard evidence. There's now hard proof that being the outsider party is super good politically. It's fucking awesome because you get to say, I would have done this right. I would have fixed this. I would have, and no, you never have to be tested on anything. You never, if you're not even given a small amount of power or even a small chance to do anything. So what I'm saying is this being a last chance is actually really true in that if they don't make material, like if things are just status quo, these parties only going to get stronger. It's going to get more and more powerful. They have to make things better and they have to do it relatively quickly. Otherwise, the AFD is going to... what I'm saying is this is a real problem being faced all over, not just in Germany. And people need to wake the fuck up and realize that it's shit or get off the pot time. I'm sorry to curse so much, but it is like a serious moment where like people have to start making their citizens' life better or people are going to get real radical real fast. And that's the world we find ourselves in. I also want to bring up one final discussion point, which is that not just in Germany, but in Austria with their far-right party and a couple other countries in Europe, as these parties like the AFD have started to surge and make electoral gains, there's been talk of like, well, we should ban them. We should just not allow people to vote for them. There's big talk. We should just ban AFD in Germany. We should ban, I think it's the OGR in Austria. I will tell you my opinion. This is a bad idea. This is not how democracy works. You cannot ban a party with 20% of the country. And all that does is turn them into martyrs. And it's like putting pressure in a hose. It's just kicking the hose and it builds stronger and stronger. I think these parties have bad policies that if anyone saw even a little taste of, again, I was talking with Aiden about this. He mentioned that the Swedish far-right party recently had a bit of a surge, got a little bit of power, and they were like a dog chasing a car. They didn't know what to do once they got it. And actually, once they were in power and had to do a little bit, people hated them. People found their policies they didn't like them as much. I think we're finding similar things with like, I'd say some people with regards to like Trump. You know, some people were like, hey, wait, I voted for you. I didn't want my daughter to be fired from her government job, or I didn't want the national parks to be closed or whatever. It's like, there has to be some rubber meeting the road for people to understand. You can't just talk about it because then the person can always claim it. So I'm just telling you, this is I understand this is like not the most popular opinion in the world, but I think it's a very real politic way of looking at things. I think the way democracies work is that people can't be talked out of something. People really have to see some truth. And there's been, it's not just me, it's absolute evidence that being the opposition party with no power is so good politically, especially in the social media age. So that's where we find ourselves. That's the primer on the German election that just happened. Right now, we are in the best chance Germany has to get back on track. They have a stable, two-party, centrist government. A little bit of center right, a little bit of center left. They both agree they got to fix Germany. Let's see if they can do it. Because if they can't, things are about to get real crazy in Europe real fucking quick. I'm going to ask you directly, Friedrich Merz, lock in. Lock the fuck in. And we'll follow up on more on the next week's Marketing Monday. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I know that was a little short, but I've been super busy. But I do think it's an interesting way to look at this situation in Germany, and now you'd be able to talk about it maybe with people that you want to. I think you have a good primer. Yeah, I've been fascinated by it. I really think it is like the tone for Europe, because I think. Here's, for example, if the AFD ever became big enough to be like in the government or like leading of the government, if they were the number one party, I think they would try to leave the EU. I think they're very serious about that. And so it could be, you know what I'm saying? The EU as a whole could collapse. We are literally on the edge. And so I do hope that Germany can get their act together. And it starts with a good energy policy, man. I really hope they can. Friedrich Merz is open to the idea of reopening nuclear plants or even building more. I really hope they can get back on it. And by the way, I do want to say, if Germany leaves the EU's over. I promise you that. The EU will not exist if Germany leaves it. It's not like Britain where they can leave and we're like, bye. If Germany leaves the EU is back to being independent states, and then who knows what the fuck happens. The CDU and the FPD for listen. There's a lot more to this story. I have a very deep dive VOD video. I never made a video about it, but if you'd like to watch it, Super Pile, it actually goes much deeper than this. This is like a talking point that is often sent to me, but it's not accurate. It's very surface level. It's a little bit deeper than what you're saying. It started before either of those parties under Gerhard Schroeder in a coalition with the Greens. Back in 2001, Gerhard Schroeder was actually basically a Russian agent. After he left the chancellorship of Germany, he went on to work at Gazprom in Russia. And the Green Party has been deeply anti-nuclear ever since post-World War II. They started it. Angela Merkel, under the CDU, actually tried to stop it until Fukushima, at which mass protests countrywide, largely pushed by the Green Party, forced her to change course because they were losing every election. So there's a deep anti-nuclear movement in Germany. It's like deep in their bones. That is, I think, caused them a lot of damage. And I could go into this a lot more detail, but I want to show you one thing that I'm going to bring this up again because I'm working on a bit of a clip. But no, wait, it's Europe. This map. This map. I want to show you this map. Again, the German Green Party and Germany in general talks a really big game about how green they want to be. How the most important thing is climate change, and the important thing is we gotta build renewables. And I just want to show you. You can check this map any hour of this is a live updated map every hour, any hour of any day, and you will see Germany with a way, way, way higher carbon output than France, or the Nordic countries, or England, or Spain. You will find this is deeply brown. They're not as bad as Poland, which is all coal, but this is not. It's a country that's very on a high horse about renewables, but is not a low emissions country. So I just want to be clear that shutting down their nuclear made their energy mix more pollutant. I think there is no path to a clean, sustainable, growing, abundant energy market that's also green unless you use nuclear. I think I'm a true believer on that. And I think if you look at the actual facts, you will find that to be true. You'll find that however way you try to spin it, this has been a net negative. But how does the U.S. look? Pretty bad. It's a little okay over here, I guess, but it's not great. Canada's not bad up here. China doesn't report the data. Question mark? It's bad. You're putting question mark, bro. Anyway, this is just, I think, I think a visual says all the story you need to say. Additionally, yeah, I'll go into it later. I don't want to ruin my whole clip, but anyway, I am open to alternative opinions, but I'm not gonna easily change mine. It's not come upon lightly. Again, I have people in Germany I've talked to. Dom, who is one of our researchers, has family in Germany. We talked to his mother. We talked to people. We talked. Okay, we've hit actual real life German issues. I've read opinion pieces from German people, German energy traders. I've looked into a lot of things, and I'm pretty confident on my stance here. What do you think about Germany's weapons industry? What I think is that Germany is finding itself with a lot of out-of-work factory workers and factories they need to find something to do with. At the same time, Trump is like, fuck you, NATO, I'm out. So it's working together to create this perfect moment where Germany is going to start remilitarizing really fast and try to build a big defense industry for all of Europe. Germany wants to be the defense contractor of Europe, where every country buys tanks and guns and drones and ammo from Germany. Why are all the far right European parties led by women kind of woke? I will say this. This is a fact that's like an inconvenient fact that is brought up. It's wild. It's just the way, I guess, how Europe's different from America. This could never happen in America. But this is the far right party. She is lesbian. She's lesbian. And I think married to a Sri Lankan immigrant, I think. I don't know if she's... So it's not what you'd expect, right? From the... But she doesn't like him. And I mean, again, I want to be clear. I don't go deep into each party on this one, but I do want to be very clear. The CDU would have like what we'd call a tough stance on immigration. They have an immigration bill they passed that's like, it's all about integration. Like we're going to allow immigrants, but we're going to have these really high bars of like, they have to prove how German they are and make it German. This is absolutely insane levels of anti-immigration. It's like deport everyone who's not 10 bloodlines back. It's like it's real, like kind of vile levels of nationalism. So I want you just to understand the difference between these parties. Bro, you're married to an immigrant? Well, okay. I'm not against that, but Ari was born here. Her parents are immigrants. Just to be, don't say it like that. Chatter meant her wife? Oh. You said me. Oh. I thought you were saying the AFD leader is. Okay, you're talking about the AFD leader. Yeah, she is. It's crazy. No, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's her. But what I'm saying is, I think I've talked about this a lot. It's not a fully formed take, but it's just like, historically, this is not just in Germany now or in America now or anywhere. Historically, when times are bad and people are screaming out for change, a really easy thing to do is be like, it's all immigrants' fault. I'm not saying, especially in post-COVID, there was a massive surge in immigration in a lot of countries. There's a problem there. It's difficult to coalesce a society around a massive influx. That needs to be solved. But general levels of immigration for the 10 years before that are fine. I'm pro-immigration generally. But in the post-COVID, there's a problem. But people are latching onto that problem and blaming it for every single problem in society, which is just not true. It's just not true. And in fact, I think the main problem, people that voted for this party or for this party or just any, is mostly like a lack of opportunity. And it's blamed on immigrants, but it's not an immigrant problem. It's a wealth inequality problem. It's a government inefficiency problem. It's a massive slowdown problem. It's a structural problem. Again, Germany has these deep structural problems and choices they've made that have manifested in like less opportunity, fewer jobs and all that. And then people like to easily scapegoat immigration for all of that. And that's just an easy thing to do. And that's why it works. And that's why the AFD latched on to it to gain so many votes. Also, it's worth mentioning, I probably should have done this in the presentation. Maybe we include it. One of the big reasons behind AFD's massive surge, you know how in America, every week there's a school shooting or some kind of mass violence event, and we're all kind of numb to it. And you also know how every week or two, there's like a political theater around it. So depending on which political side you support, you're like hoping the shooter is the person you don't like. So if you're like, I don't know, if you're anti-immigration, you hope the shooter's an immigrant. If you're anti-chuds, you hope the shooter's a chud. Whatever. You want we're all praying the shooter is like the party we don't like, so we can point. Whatever, right? That's the idea. We have this lottery every time. Well, Germany, like most European countries, does not have school shootings every week. They don't have violence every week. For them, it's a fucking big deal. And they had a mass violence event where somebody drove a truck into a crowd at a Christmas market. And this person was an immigrant. And so not only do they have fewer events, but the ones they have are big deals. And so this person drove a truck into a crowd of people at a Christmas market, caused a bunch of damage, and it became a massive story, which really inflamed people's fears. You know, it caused a lot of anger and resentment and fired up emotion. So that is a major political event. Did I lose my internet? Hello? Did I F? My shit went red. Did I F? My shit went red and my chat's not updating. Can I? Wait, test. Oh no. Damn, I was on a roll. Refresh? Fix, maybe fix? Oh, thank God. The AFD got me. Okay, anyway, yeah, I said what I said. Don't say a slur just because you're offline. The second I think my thing is red, I just start fucking letting them rip, dude. Yeah, I'm not sure that would happen. I hate it, dude. I think everyone does. Stonk, I agree with you. I think most reasonable people do. It's a side effect of. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things at stake, but pretty common take, I think. People are very frustrated with it. But with the way the internet works and news spreads and these become flashpoint events, again, one thing I'm growing more and more to realize, and this is because of that great op-ed in the FT, it's like, I think democracies are really bad at action until there's a crisis. They're bad at action and good at reaction. Democracies are just generally slow until something happens, and then they they move. And so we always turn these events into moments for our cause to try and, but I agree. I don't think it's a modern phenomenon. I don't think it's like just now. I think it's exacerbated now, but, like how Canada is trying to rapidly expand our trade record now. Exactly. This is exactly right. So like if you're Canada, maybe 10 years ago, you're like, you know what? We're really reliant on the United States. If the United States ever gets a leader who's like not friendly with Canada, it's going to fuck over our economy. You know what we should do is probably diversify our trade partners so that we built up a nice, and then everyone's like, nah, too much work. And then a Trump comes along and starts threatening tariffs. And now it's like, oh, fuck, we got to react. We got to do something. That's happening, like, or in Europe. Europe's like, hey, maybe we should have our own military so we're not like under the US's thumb and have to do whatever they say. Nah, too much work. And now we're in a moment where Trump's like, well, we're going to cut NATO and not help. Now it's like, oh, we have to figure this out. Democracies are like that in general. We have to figure shit out real fast as a crisis approaches rather than plan for the future. We're just not, they're not good at that. Democracies do not reward leaders to think ahead. Yeah, I mean, again, democracy is the worst form of government except for all the others, right? It's the Winston Churchill quote. Again, the ultimate government is like the benevolent autocracy where some dictator who's really about his people comes along, but then that guy dies, leaves it to his fucking son who then ruins the country, right? It's the reason democracy's inefficiency is a plus is because you can't have somebody come in and break everything until now, it seems. But yeah, power corrupts. Who-dat's in chat. I wanted to ask you a question, Who-dat. Who-dat, I wanted to ask you a question. You said you're eating the fuck out of some potatoes right now. That sounds fire. You tweeted today that Amazon is not letting you back up the truck. What does that mean? Can you explain what that means? You are not allowed to just drive backwards? Do they mean back up the dump truck? Like, you can't shake that gyat on company time? Or what did they mean by that? What did you mean by that? New Amazon rule just dropped. If you reverse for any reason that's not an emergency, you're fired, suspended. Call incoming? Okay, wait. He's going to call me? Are you calling me, Who-dat? Hey, look, I'm just going to prove to you we got an inside source here. Remax, the largest real estate's, what was the word for it? Company, I guess, but it's like, it's almost all the realtors go into Remax. Yeah, I guess firm is the right word, but yeah, franchiser, conglomerate, whatever. Anyway, Remax is, I have an insider. I shouldn't say more. I have an insider kind of high up at Remax who's been feeding me real estate market information. And he allowed me just to give, apparently they're about to undergo a massive change in rebranding. Is this, I want to see if this is, insider trading. I'm not buying or selling Remax stock. I'm mostly trying to get a read on what the U.S. housing market is like. Anyway, I'm Googling. I'm not seeing anything on this. I think this is a first-time information. There's their new logo. When this gets announced soon, now we know. Now we know it here first. I'm not going to talk about the more relevant data, but he said I could share that. Okay, wait. Who that said it? No, you didn't. Who that? Did you answer the question, bro? I want to fucking know. He can call? Okay, call me then. Fuck. Oh, here he is.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, my bad. I had to set up my headphones and shit. It was a whole thing.
That's the whole thing. All right.
Anyway,
Well, what up, bro?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
No, okay. So, dude, I hate Amazon so much. I hate it so much. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
So would you
Okay,
say you're happy there, or I can't quite get a read on what you think?
Honestly, it would be worth it if I didn't have to sit here and eat potatoes because I don't have enough money for regular food. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Although I gotta say, my roommate chefed them up good. So
I thought you just said the potatoes were fucking fire. You said
they are fucking fire, but I wish I had like some meat or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
agree.
take a fat bite right now.
I'm glad your roommate chefed them up good though, because cooking is half the battle with potatoes. You really
Real.
got to do them right.
Yeah.
You have to answer this question for me. I don't understand. They're telling you can't reverse the truck.
Yeah. So basically what happened was someone yesterday at night, when they were backing up their van, they hit someone's car. And I actually have even more insider information on this because one of my friends at work, he was sent to go rescue and take their packages.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, it was kind of bad. Like the car was leaking like fluid or whatever the fuck. So the car was fucked up.
Okay. But like, okay,
but,
so
yeah.
one person backs up wrong, and so everyone else is banned from backing up.
Yeah, and dude, Amazon does literally. This is just the tip of the iceberg of like random stupid bullshit rules that they add. Like when one person fucks up or does something stupid, and then I know for a fact they're gonna roll this back the next day because like
it doesn't make any
everyone this
sense.
morning when they told us this morning, literally everyone was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean? We have to back up all the time. We have to do 3-point turns all the time." Like, what do you mean? Also, half the time I'm delivering to a rural area where it's a fucking tiny path. It's like you literally have to sometimes. But like, I swear, and I feel bad for our poor like the middle person between like us, the actual workers, and then like the lady who runs the whole company. That's
Right.
just
He has to
being
tell you
outsourced
this
to
bad
Amazon.
news, and even though he knows it's stupid.
Yeah, but dude, so annoying, literally. And today, the worst part, the most annoying part about all these stupid rules that they add is it's not just like yeah, and like just try to reduce backing up as much as you can. They're like, no, if you back up, you will be suspended or fired. It's like, what the fuck? You're gonna fire me because
Because you fucking had to reverse out of a driveway or something?
Patches? Yes. What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, but I gotta say, not as bad as a couple weeks ago. They gave us the we're not allowed to get snacks anymore rule. That was a rule from a couple weeks ago.
Did they roll that back? Did they roll that back?
Yes, but the thing is, they never actually like officially roll it back. Eventually, everyone just is like, "Fuck this! I'm grabbing the snacks."
And
anyway.
they don't want to do it.
Yeah, because it's like,
What a
like today,
shitty fucking system, bro.
Like literally today, by the way, I had a damn near 12-hour shift. Fuck that. But today I had to reverse at one point, and the first time it happened, I called the dispatch person. I was like, "Hey, I'm at a spot where I have to back up. I'm calling you so I don't get fired."
What did he say?
Dude, she was just like, all right, well, just go look, make sure you look around and make sure you're not gonna hit anything. And I'm like, yep, I do it every time.
That's
anyway.
what everybody does when they back up every time. Why isn't that the rule? Just, hey, be more careful when you back. It's fucking crazy. You have to call in to ask to back up, and they tell you, just make sure you don't hit anything. That's the most efficient system I've ever heard. That's great. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And because of that, like literally, since we're not allowed to back up, like a lot of the time the route will like have you do like a U-turn or whatever in the middle of a neighborhood to like go back down the street you were coming to get the other side.
Yeah.
But because of that, since we're not allowed to back up, we just have to go straight. And then like do like a bunch of do a bunch of fucking turns to get back going down the street the right way. So now literally everyone was hella late today. So now they're probably gonna be mad at us tomorrow, being like, "All right, you guys, you got to pick up the freaking pace. You can't be coming in an hour late." So, I don't know.
So
see
my
what
dad
happens.
did
We'll
that
see what happens
job.
with that.
He was like the job of like essentially you're talking about the manager. That's to give bad news all the time. And
Yeah.
he quit. I mean, he quit because of the hours too. They had to work over Christmas and everything. But like he said, it fucking sucked. You just constantly getting stupid things you have to tell the people that don't want to be there, and you're the bearer of bad news. And yeah, I mean that was my dad's exact feedback on that
I
job.
do not envy those people. I always like, to be honest, when I'm at work, I also let it be known there are a couple of good things that my company did, may or may not a couple months ago accidentally hit, when you know, like at the gas station, those little poles that are like on the outside,
Yeah.
like yellow poles. I may or may not have scraped the fuck out of a van on one of those. And this was like during Christmas time.
Were
and
you
I
backing
thought
up
for
when you
sure
did it? Was it a backup?
I wasn't even backing up. I was driving forward.
You're
So maybe they'll ban that next time.
They should ban driving forwards. They
Yeah.
should ban. You should have to drift to the side only. That way you have.
Yeah, but I thought for sure I was fired. I came the next day and they're like, "All right, go talk to the manager." I was like, "Oh god." I was like, also in the middle of the holidays, I was like, "Bro, I'm about to be fired in the middle of the holidays." I was literally about to like start fucking crying in the middle of there's like a little
Sag.
tiny like office thing in a like trailer that you go into to talk to them. And they were like, "Yep, so
And then,
we saw that
they
the
were
damage
cool?
you did today." Yeah, well, the thing is, they did like a fucking like run through, like as if I was about to get fired. So I was literally just sitting there, like the tears were building up in my eyes because I knew it was coming. And then they're like, "But because you come in with such a good attitude, and you know,
Holy
you're a good
shit!
worker and you're
Who
still
that
pretty
ore
new,
at his way
we're
out of a
gonna-"
crashed truck, out of a massive
and
gash on the
instead-
truck.
Yep, and instead they just gave me a week suspension, which they cut short because they needed people to work.
Yeah, they're not really in. I mean, Amazon is running out of people in America who they haven't fucking ran through. You know, it's crazy. They have to choose their battles. That's really funny.
Yeah.
So where are you at? We
yeah.
talked a while ago. You did a presentation on your job and talked about the crazy parts of it. Do you have a, are you thinking about leaving or where's your head at? Because it sounds to me like you're kind of over it, bro. I'm just trying to understand.
Okay, well
Yeah.
the thing is I'm over, but also it's like I don't know. It's hard to find something that, because it's enough to pay my rent and stuff, even though I'm
No,
always
totally.
short,
I
like,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, but and it's hard to find something like right now that's like right away will give me enough to do that. So
Dude, what
it's
seems like a huge pain in the ass is like, if you're working at 12, how do you look for another job out afterwards, dude? It's like you're gonna be so fucking tired. I'm surprised you have high energy right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I don't know. I took a shower and shaved my bald, so I felt good. I was gonna go live, but my camera was fucking broken, so I'm like, okay.
You can't fix it? You want to go live? I'm trying to raid somebody.
Nah, I can fix it, but it would like take like 30 minutes of effort. And I don't
Fuck it.
know.
Fuck
Like
it.
it was already a fucking thing to go live, and now I'm like, it's already 11:44, and
No,
I gotta
I'm
go
with
back
you.
tomorrow.
I'm
so.
with you. Well, not with you because I don't have to go work at fucking 12 tomorrow. That sucks.
Hey, your job is way harder.
No,
Don't
I'm
let any
yeah.
of just
I mean,
because-
you're
hey,
right. I mean, thank you for saying that. I
Okay.
wasn't going to say it, but I do think it the whole
It's
time. I'm
important,
like, I have a
okay.
harder job for sure. Like, why is this guy complaining? Like, my job is fucking 10 times harder. But
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I have to deliver 300 packages every day, but you have to deliver content to
Yeah.
like 3,000 people every day.
not
like,
even worse than that. I have to react to somebody else's content to 3,000 people. And it's like,
Holy fuck, dude!
I
I'm
gotta
crying.
find a
I'm
YouTube-
pouring one out for you. Pouring one out for you right now. Damn, bro.
dude,
Damn.
actually, you're a fucking hero for that. I swear to God. But I think most people don't understand what streamers go through, but you are also a streamer, so you get like, I bet every time you go live, you're like, damn, I wish I was driving the truck right now. This is fucking scary. It's
literally
fucking,
so true.
yeah. Anyway, on the real, dude, I appreciate you telling people about it. I think I actually think we've never gotten a more positive response on a clip than your interview. It's a ton of people who are legitimately curious about that job, who learned a lot. People that don't know what it's like to be an Amazon driver who learned a lot. I think you were super honest in that, and I think it did a lot of good in people understanding more about Amazon's practices, and I thought it was great. So anyway, I will not be paying you for that appearance, obviously, but I just want to say thank you. This counts as paying, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this just getting to speak on your stream. That's like, I mean, sheesh, man.
But anything else? Anything else talking about? You want or anything going on you want to talk about? Or yeah.
Not. I mean, okay. So this is just a little prop for you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Andor season 2 coming out soon. Watch parties on my stream.
If you watch Andor on your stream, I will do a raid and watch party with you. I'll watch an episode with you. I can't watch the whole thing with you because Ari wants to watch it with me. But I'll do one. Whatever. If we can do episode 1 or whatever, I will do that with you. That'd be fucking fire. Get it kicked off.
Yeah, let's do it.
When does that come out? Let's see.
It's not till I think it's April 22nd.
April. Okay.
The trailer just dropped though.
All right. Hudat's gonna threaten himself with getting banned, and we're gonna do Andor watch party on his stream for season 2. That'll be fire. I'm so
also,
excited.
hey, for the chatters,
Mm-hmm.
don't tell them. I'll be doing some Marvel Rivals lore streams later. Okay, we're gonna do an Iron Man lore stream, a Hulk lore stream, Iron Man 2 lore stream, Avengers lore stream.
I just realized what you were saying. I was like, that sounds so fucking boring. I just realized what you meant by. I was like, dude, what the fuck is he talking about? He's gonna do a whole stream on the lore of Hulk and Marvel Rivals. What the fuck is his brain? Like, okay, I get it. Lore stream, understood. I'm keeping my cool.
Stream,
Oh, yeah, I get it. That's actually a dope
to
idea.
understand the character better.
No, yeah, I get deeper in there. That makes a lot of sense. That's actually really smart.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it.
That sounds based. I'm down. You want to watch? You're a Kung Fu Panda guy. You're an animation guy. I want to watch this. There's a movie that just came out in China that is their highest grossing movie ever. It like is their Kung Fu. It's like their I don't know, their biggest animated movie. It's yeah. I forgot how to pronounce it.
I've seen the clips.
Okay, you seen the clips? All right, so I think we should watch that together. They're doing a dub. The Discord's doing a dub, an accurate dub apparently. Nuja, yeah. We can watch that together. That'd be fun.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
I think it'll be more fun to do a watch party. So, all right, bro.
Just let me know whenever we're doing it.
I'll hit you up. Anyway, good luck with the fucking truck. That sounds shitty. Hopefully they reverse the rule on reversing.
I'm sure they will. Or I'm sure that they'll eventually stop caring.
Yeah.
In like 2 days.
And then make a new rule.
Yeah. Next time, no shoes. New rule.
They want the grippers out for Jeff Bezos. Dude. He's watching.
I mean,
the
we can't be
footage.
scuffing up. We can't be scuffing up the customers' sidewalks. And what the fuck? What do they think this is?
That's actually a really good point. Anyway, Chad, say goodbye to Hudat. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate you, brother, and talk to you soon. Peace. That's a good man right there. That's a good man. Dude, he talked about, feeling like tears building up when you're getting called in. I super can remember parts like that. I remember you just, especially when you're early on in your job and you make a mistake, I just remember feeling like so stressed. The specific example I remember is when this is another story. I remember at Twitch, I was in charge of email marketing. It's one of the first things I got put on. And it's like an 8 million person email list. And I sent an email to everybody where the subject line was SDFG. I just, because I forgot about it. I was like, I'll go back and fix that later. I was like, let me write the email first and I'll do the subject line later. I sent, some of you have it. If you search your email right now for SDFG, SDFG plus Twitch, you'll probably find it. I mean, if some of you are old school Twitch users. And I sent that out and I got called into the chief marketing officer's office. And he was so angry looking. And I remember just being fucking, oh no. Oh no. And he didn't fire me, thank God. But he did He printed the email out, took out a red pen, circled FDFG, which is fucking stupid, handed it to me, and said, every email before it goes out, you need to print it and go through it with red pen before you send it. And I was like, sir, yes, sir. And in my head, I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. Instantly, I was like, I'm not fucking doing it. I didn't do it once. Not one time I'm gonna do something fucking stupid like that. I just checked the fucking email. What a horrendous idea that is. That guy was terrible, by the way. I mean, he's right to be mad at me in that spot, sure, but that guy was horrendous. The guy didn't know shit about Twitch or anything. He just coasted, made a bunch of money. He bought a giant RV, moved to Tahoe, and started playing banjo on Facebook. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I still have my friends on Facebook. All I see is him upload banjo videos all the time. Oh, the Reddit post? Look at this. From our Twitch. I got 10 years ago. I got an email from Twitch a while ago. Completely normal email, of course, except for the subject. And then Hassan Bokhari, this is a guy I know, jumped in and did cover for me. This is an error by our mail provider. Not even human error as far as I can see. Yeah, it was. It was human error. It was me. I did it 100%. I'd argue it was a human error. SD and FG are both letters next to each other. It looks like someone was simply setting up a test and made a mistake. Yeah, you're right. Great British BG, you're right. You called it 10 years ago and no one gave you credit. Caught. That's exactly what I did. Same here. I got SDFG last night and I'm like, someone from e-marketing is getting fired today. Fuck you, bro. It's not a fireable offense. I was a stressed kid. I did good work. Fucking downvote. Oh, I can't archive. I'm gonna reply. Actually, I don't think I don't think you should get fired. Anyway, it happens. Atrioc, a friend of mine who works for a bank accidentally erased multiple millions of dollars from their system and didn't receive any disciplinary action. See, that's not the same thing. that's not normal. That's probably them trying to bury it, dude. That's probably them trying to avoid fucking any investigation or, but maybe it was an easy rollback. Maybe it was no big deal. You can't really erase millions of dollars, right? It's in somebody's ledger. Somebody's credit is someone else's debit. So if someone or bank should have a record. And you can do it. Just go watch The Dark Knight. Oh, I forgot about the documentary, The Dark Knight. You just have to ask Morgan Freeman in his room of monitors. And he can fucking hack any fucking system. We're not watching Nuja 1. We're only watching 2. If you want to watch 1, do it on your own time and learn the lore. My understanding is it's a kid's animated movie. There's not much lore you have to know. You can just fucking rip it. Maybe we'll ask the Discord if they can like make a quick summary, but I don't think it matters, bro. I don't think it fucking matters. my understanding, first of all, the second movie made a lot more money than the first. So most Chinese are just watching the second. I think we can do that. I think we can. If majority of Chinese people are watching it, just the second one, we can pull it off. All right. Chat, I think I'm going to end here. I know it's a little early, but I'm stressed and a little eepy and a little tired. I had to do a lot today. I actually have been going. And I had a lot to do yesterday and I'll do the day before that. So I'm back. Oh, actually, tomorrow? Wait, important plan. Tomorrow I'm going live early, hella early. Do I ever follow through when I say this? No. But tomorrow I may actually do it because tomorrow I am going to Lakers Mavs at like 6 o'clock. So I can't stream tomorrow night. So I'm going to try to go live early. I'm going to fucking shoot the shit, talk news, maybe play a little TFT, maybe watch a house. And then I'm dipping, going to Mavs. Okay? So, giving you guys the update. Thanks for watching. If you type Kappa, you're probably right. Maybe I don't go live at all tomorrow, but I think I will. Okay? Goodbye. Goodbye. And then Wednesday, we're back with a fucking vengeance. I still have plenty I want to do, including a presentation on Tesla that I've been putting off that I could just need to add 2 more slides to. Let's rate somebody. Atrioc 7's in the chat. If you enjoyed today's stream, appreciate you very much. Let's rate... let's rate fucking Mango and ask him to go to the game with me. I asked him, he wants to, but he said, because Ludwig's not going, because Ludwig is not going to be in town, Mango doesn't want to pay for his own ticket. I'm not paying for Mango's ticket. He's rich. I told Mango, I'm subsidizing some tickets of people that aren't fucking... I'm not, but Ludwig will. Ludwig will pay for everybody's fucking ticket. He'll buy a fucking suite. I even said, this is real, I would pay up to $300 of Mango's ticket. That's free money. And he's a Lakers fan, but I'm not paying the whole thing. It's expensive, bro. I can't add another one. It's especially late now. He didn't answer for me forever. Anyway, tell him to go to the game. Goodbye.